Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. This is going to be a Flosstube video. It's going to be a number 105. And I'm going to tell you about, excuse me, January stitching, which wasn't the greatest. Last month, I lost my stitching bug. Yeah. So, before we get started, welcome to everybody that's new. Welcome to everybody returning. Please make sure that if you like the video, to go back and check out the rest of the channel. And if you like that, then subscribe. So we're going to get started. Okay. So like I said, January was a really, 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 excuse my language, shitty month. There wasn't any stitching, hardly. I lost my stitching bug. And part of it was because we had problems with the internet, and I was really, really irritated and just didn't feel like stitching at all. And just, it was bad. So I only did work on one thing. I started it at the beginning of January, the second week of January, excuse me. And a lot of people tease me because this was my stitch along that I'm doing from my channel. And I started a week late. And it was really like, and so I had to wait because I needed to get fabric. And the fabric that I wanted, which was 22 count, nobody on Etsy had it in Easy Guide. So I was like, okay, well, this is not going to be funny. Then I tried to find 28 count, and all the places that I looked didn't have it in 28 count. So I was kind of like, well, this just, and really the only place that I could find that had any easy grid fabric that wasn't really like, crazy in price was, I can't even remember the name of the store now. They only had 32 count. Now I'm going to be honest. I've never stitched on 32 count before. This was a first. And it wasn't a struggle because I've never stitched on 32 count. I said, you know what? I'm going to take my time because number one, the holes are like really, really small. And I thought, I'm not going to be able to see this. And I do have a slight problem with seeing it, the holes. But I think what I am going to end up doing is buying, I see a lot of people with them, like these little magnifier things that you can put over your glasses, that you can clip onto your glasses. And I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. Or, something. So I was totally not thrilled. So I'm gonna start. It's a work in progress. I'm making progress on it. Trust me. Not only that, the fact that it's a different count of fabric that I'm not used to stitching on. There's a lot of confetti, and I knew there was going to be a lot of confetti. But between that and learning to stitch on 32 count and trying to stitch on 32 count, it's been interesting. But so this is what we're stitching along with on my channel. It's called Kitty Heaven, and it's by Amy Stewart. And I'm up here in this corner, and I have it, like I said, there's not a lot of progress because I had a really, 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 really awful stitching month last month. My stitching bug went completely, off the grid, and which was, okay, but that's what I've done so far. That is where I'm at. Now, I will work on this some more this month because it is on my whip go board for this month, and I will work on it some more when probably in the next couple of weeks before February is finished, because I need to get some of this done for February. Okay, so that one, and I'm doing 1/1, and I was going to do 2/2, but I was like, no, that's going to be extra huge, because and of course, if I had thought about that, I would have done that, but I didn't. And, because I didn't think, it was going to be that small of a hole. Okay, so now the next one is Chessie, and I didn't bring the picture, but excuse me, I do have the picture on my phone, and I'm going to have to turn the display down on this because my display is bright. So let me do that first. And let's see. Whoops. Go down. There we go. All right. Whoops. It's been I gotta find it. I know it's here. My son, little dude, took some pictures that he needed for school on the iPad, and of course it shares to my phone. So I've got all these extra pictures that I don't need. and it's mixed in with my pictures, so I have a hard time finding it, but I found it. All right, so this is Chessie. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. And I'm down here in the lower left corner, and I don't know where I'm going to put this yet, but it's stitched on 18 count fabric, which is hand dyed, which I dyed this a long time ago. I can't even remember when I dyed this, but this is before I knew about, dyeing with more than one color. And so it's, light blue. And I did this. This is the bottom part of the page. I need to get my hoop out and finish this section because it was getting really, really hard. As you can see, my grime guard wasn't covering very well on that part. And well, it was, but it was getting on my nerves. So I started up here. I will finish down here eventually, but I'm up here on the top part of the page, and it's a lot of blues. There are some purples in it, and if I'm not mistaken, I want to say there isn't any 310 in it. I can't remember. I would have to get my tablet out and look, and but truly I don't really remember. I don't remember. But anyway, this is a stitch along that Shalene's Creativity Room is starting, or it did start in January, on the 1st of January. And like I said, there isn't a whole lot to share this month because I just did not, my stitching bug, I don't know why it went crazy, why it went bye-byes. I have no idea. It was just like, it just said, Jennifer, you're just not going to stitch. So, that was really that. Those are the only things I have to share. Hopefully at the end of February, I will have more to share because my stitching bug has finally come back. I do know that I'm going to be starting a new start. When is it? And I'll tell you. I want to say the 9th, because I need to go and get, I need to go to Hobby Lobby and get 22 count fabric or 25 count because I need to, and I'm not uncomfortable. I'm very uncomfortable. My knees are bothering me this morning. But I need to go get 22 count fabric for my Star Trek chart that I will be starting. And I don't even know if I have that picture. Yes, I do. This is what the chart I'll be starting. I have the chart, but I just need to start it. So this is what I will be starting. I just need to go pick up the fabric, which I should be able to do on next week because, and then hopefully I can start it because I got to get another container for the floss and all that good stuff. So yeah. But now Whip Go last month, I did do Whip Go last month. I did complete both of those. Um, the the numbers were 6 and 10, and number 10, and I've got something in my eye. Number 10 was my Christmas sampler, which you guys see me work on this every morning. This morning I did not do a video, but this is what it looks like. It's from Leisure Arts, and I hope y'all can see this. There's a glare. I'm sorry. This is Christmas, Merry Christmas A to Z. I wanted a Christmas, yeah, I wanted to start a Christmas one because I don't have any Christmas decorations like this up. And also, I will eventually start a bell pull for spring. I have one that has birdhouses and stuff like that on it, but I'm not going to do it right now. So, that's all of the stitching. Now, reading-wise, like I said, I lost my stitching bug. And I think when I lost my stitching bug, I lost my my reading bug. And it wasn't the greatest. I didn't do a whole lot of reading. I did finish a book I started, which was recommended on TikTok, which I need to update TikTok too. I keep forgetting that too. But Shalene's Creativity Room had posted on TikTok about this book. It's called Truth or Die, and it's from James Patterson, and it was really good. Oh my gosh, you have to go get it. I love James Patterson because he's, you know, he always, the way he writes and everything like that, that was just, oh my gosh, it was a really good book. Then I am starting a new one that I have on NetGalley that I really need to do. What is it called? I'll tell you in a minute because what is it called? What is it called? What? Oh, it is called The Devil You Know by P.J. Tracy. Now, I've never heard of this author, so I'm going to be working on that probably this weekend because I'm in the middle of another book right now called Round Robin that I'm doing for one of my groups, and I can't even pronounce the girl's last name. It's Jennifer, and it starts with a C. And she has the Elm Creek quilting series. If I'm wrong, oops. So I have to finish that book. And that's really all I've done for the month. The reason why, okay, as you all know, I lost my stitching bug. Then our internet couldn't figure out what the deal was. I was recording a video perfectly fine, went to upload it, and it didn't upload. It for 2 days I had left the computer on, and it kept saying that it was uploading. I even checked YouTube, didn't see it. I was like, okay, what the heck? So we finally, it just got to a point where I called Xfinity. I was like, look, I know I paid the bill. What's the deal? They informed me that they were sending a technician out because I wasn't the only one that was having problems. I thought, okay. So they came out. First, they couldn't find anything. Or they found something, but they said, okay, it's fixed. Well, it didn't work. It was fine for like maybe one day. So it didn't work. Whatever it was, it didn't work. So finally they came out. And apparently, because it had rained like a couple of days before this, the wires had got wet in the box that they had. They have this big, huge box that sits out in front of our complex, and don't ask me how, but don't ask me. I don't know. I don't care. I just know I had no internet for like 2 weeks. It was crazy. It was ridiculous. I was really not happy. And so then they said they had that fixed. Well, they still didn't get it. So they had to come out here and check my wires in our building. Now, mind you, I'm not the only one in the complex that's having this problem. So they went to every single building, to the electrical room in each building. And somewhere along the line, they couldn't, long story short, some of the wires were not the greatest. And I don't know. So finally they have it fixed. And I'm like, really? For 2 whole weeks, I've been trying to upload videos. I wasn't thrilled. I couldn't do anything. And I thought, okay, well, I'll sit down and stitch. No. I didn't have I just didn't feel like it. I lost my stitching. I wasn't happy. So I said, okay, we're just going to, whatever. And I watched TV. I watched the Ion channel for 2 weeks. Let me tell you something. You don't know how much, I don't think people realize how much we take things like internet and all that stuff for granted until you don't have it. And it wasn't fun. And the bad part was, the other bad part was because little dude does virtual school, homeschool, he kept getting kicked off. And he would have to go back into his room or my room and use the iPad to use we live right next to a school, so that he had to go use their internet to get on so that he could be in school. Let me tell you, it wasn't fun. So now we're good, and I think everything is done, and I think everything's back, to normal, whatever normal is, and we're going to pray that my stitching stays that way. I mean, it does happen. There are times that I do lose my stitching bug, and I'm praying that, we stay like that, because I don't like it when I lose my stitching bug, because then I feel like, really? And then it gets me depressed. So, yeah, it was just one of those things where I was like, really, why? So, but we're good. We're back on track. And so now this month, because it is February, I apologize if this video is late. But this month, I'm going to, stick to my routine that I showed you all in my Flosstube bonus video. And, yeah. So far, this week, my stitching bug didn't come back until yesterday. So I'm trying to catch up on Chessie because that was this week's rotation project for this week. So I've got to catch up on that, which I can do that before um, Saturday, because that's my last day to work on it, and then I will go to the next one. Okay, so trying to think if there was, I thought I had something else to share. Let me see, stitching plan, I did that. I don't, it, I'm looking. No, I do not have a Flosstube paper. I thought I did, but I don't. Okay. I thought I had written down what I wanted to talk about, but that didn't happen. So that's really all I got to share this month, guys. And hopefully, the end of February, you'll see a lot more whips and not be like, really, that's all you got to share, because I'm going to tell you, I feel bad. So I hope everybody has a great day. I hope everybody has a good month of February, stitching wise and life wise. And I'm praying that life doesn't get in the way a whole lot this month, because I'm over it. I really am. I'm so over stuff getting in the way. So, and anyway, okay, so we're done. So I hope everybody has a good day, and I will see everybody next time. Thank you so much for watching, and please make sure you hit the like button below. Have a good day, guys. Bye.